be a media brand to the end user, or do you want to be a white label to publishers?
We've dabbled with both, but what we really want to do eventually is a destination site where you come on board and you see your cloud that has your social network, it has your email, it has your favorite news sites, and it becomes your jump-off point, becomes your front page effectively, whether you're doing it on a tablet or on a website. The publishers are benefiting from it, so we're also giving them kind of as a white label with our logo in it, but essentially our ultimate goal is the consumer.
So you want to grab the eyeballs and then monetize the eyeballs.
Exactly. And we're going pretty spectacular. We're up to about between 10 and 15 million clouds that are seen around the world on about 250 sites right now.
Over what time period?
That's over a 1 month period. Yeah, and it's been growing very rapidly, especially last year.
And so tag cloud, word clouds have been around for a while. If this starts to sort of get popular, how difficult is it for others to replicate, to pull your technology out, put in their own, word cloud, tag clouds?
Well, so we have to answer. We have a patent, but quite frankly, yes, anybody could replicate something similar. Our real idea is that if we grow a lot of usership, then basically what we're doing is we're getting people habituated, and we have an API. So basically, it will become cheaper for people to come and use our technology rather than try to steal it. But in a way, it's like Twitter, like it's 140 characters. How difficult is it to protect it? So really, first to market and rapid growth of consumers is the way that we're planning to fight that off.
But if you're eventually trying to disintermediate the publishers and create your own sort of homepage for the consumer, at some point the publishers may revolt, and if it's successful, they'll sort of implement it themselves. So how does that sit with sort of your long-term strategy of sort of owning your own portal, and obviously USA Today or New York Times, whatever, wanting to own that portal?
Thank you for the question, because I obviously failed to clarify something. You can't read the news on Infamous. It's like having an organic, real-time 2D navigation menu, but ultimately when you click that article, you go to USA Today. In fact, a lot of our revenues anticipated is going to be sites like USA Today that will want to syndicate their content so that when you, Gil, are on my website, read the news, you will want the USA Today as part of your feeds, and then every click will get paid by USA Today. So we don't steal traffic. In fact, we're driving traffic to the publishers. And we've had conversation with them, and they actually love it because they use it. On their site, it helps to circulate more of the content. On our site, it drives traffic to their site. So no competition there.
Well, that brings our business model question again.
Business
Model
model,
question
yes,
again.
of course.
So you said it's really, the idea is really more from an advertising. You're going to have to build up such incredible scale to really monetize that, and how many publishers have you already signed up, and what are your revenues?
So right now, revenue is very modest. We've been focusing more on growing it and testing it and getting data out. And when I say advertising, maybe it's very generic, but what we're finding right now is that we're moving into a promoted content model, where side by side you get the content from the publishers and content either from other publishers or promoted content. You can also do banner ads. So there's virtually, we found already 5 or 6 different ways that you can monetize. They're all kind of advertising in the sense that once you have the reader engaged for 9 minutes on the cloud, there are different kinds of content that you can represent to them. The main model right now is Outbrain, right? So we can do exactly what Outbrain is doing, except better, because it's visual and because it keeps people on the website, on the page a long time. And Outbrain made $200 million last year.
But isn't there a little bit of a disconnect then from, you have this thing where, it's more engaging than text, and then you're bringing in this advertising that's potentially disrupting?
So that's a really good question. When we launched about 2 years ago, and we were a nothing little website, I insisted, even though we didn't have any partners on the advertising, we put in fake ads to get people habituated. So all of our data that we have, all of our engagement data, et cetera, there's always some level of advertising, and that does not seem to be a problem for people.
Can you talk a little bit about the process of getting a publisher set up? How long does that take from the first conversation to them saying yes and to actually getting up and running? So the metrics that you rattled off, I guess those are USA Today. That's pretty impressive, for sure.
Yeah.
How long did that take to get going?
So interestingly, there is a self-service model where people can, in fact, I would say every one of our clients so far has been an inbound. They see it on The Economist, they come to us, or they see it on USA Today, they come to us. You can go to our website, create a cloud. It is not user-friendly right now, and we're working on that. But even for someone like USA Today, the Timeline Cloud was probably one of the more complex projects that we did, and it took us maybe a week. So it's not that hard. in principle, you can literally 5 minutes, I could have you up and running on your blog with your own content.
Yeah.
So and it's a cloud-served little JavaScript plugin that comes from a client-server model, so very flexible, very robust and scalable.
All right, final comments, we'll start with Paul.
Yeah, so, really nice presentation. I think my biggest concern was what I think Gil is alluding to is this a platform or a feature of a platform? How easily replicable is it by one of the publishers? Assuming, you know, they're friendly now because you're not charging them any money to do anything with it. But assuming you did, how would they respond? I mean, that's kind of what I would be curious to know.
And I think for me, it's just really, combine that with how much of a sustainable competitive advantage and that you have to, the scale that you have to build in order to really monetize this, I think is a big question for me. And just on this speaking front, I just say, speak a little bit slower, because,
You get excited.
yeah.
Jill?
And I think it's interesting. I know the ad tech space well. I think that when you have to just make sure that your interests and the publisher's interests are fully aligned. And you know, they're in the business of attracting consumers and eyeballs, and then monetizing those. And so as long as you're in sync with that on their site, their property, then I think that'll work out well.
And to build on all that, at some point you're going to need to decide, are you a feature that a publisher will use, or are you trying to build your own media property, which is still not entirely clear to me. And then from a presentation standpoint, it would be interesting to know more about what are you finding out about, if you decide to be a media property, even if either way you go, how much do you know about the individual users, and how can you monetize that information?
In the 20-minute presentation there.
Yeah, I'm sure you've got some awesome stuff underneath all
Well,
that.
thank you.
Great, thank you.